Hello, and welcome to the Tribal Podcast. It's been a while. Been quite a while. It's been like the beginning of lockdown while.
Since your last podcast?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We haven't really been keeping up with it as much as we should have been. But
Has it mainly been you? Or you've had other people on here?
it's mainly been just Hades and I.
Yeah.
A second. Why is your audio barely showing?
Maybe I should be closer.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Because these are like condensed mics.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You got to be like hella close. Anyways,
So it's mainly been you and Hades on
yeah,
here?
mainly it's just been me, Hades. I think it was the second episode. Sean was here and did it, but I was trying to get Pharaoh and Joe before, especially Joe, because he was about to drop a project.
Yeah.
So I wanted him to be on to promote it, but I think we ended up releasing
How many episodes do you have?
this will be episode 6.
Episode 6. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
So, but yeah, usually I have like topics written down, but we'll just go ahead and
Yeah, just go ahead and roll with it. I mean, I feel like it just seems like one of those episodes where we can kind of just
Yeah,
chat a bunch of shit. But,
yeah. Because
talk shit.
Earlier we
whatever.
were talking about Cyberpunk 2077, and just like
It
just
looks
branched
badass.
off into,
And I have not played it
Conspiracy
whatsoever.
theories.
But I've been watching gameplay.
Yeah.
You were telling me about it.
yeah, it's hella dope. I like it a lot. Like a lot of people are complaining about it and bitching just about the glitches and stuff, but like I've ran into a lot of the glitches.
Yeah.
Uh,
What the glitches like consist of? Like, what is that?
It's a lot of things, like anything from just like shit popping up on your screen and not going down to
Yeah.
like actual like objects glitching up. Because like I'll tell you what I've been having experiences with. When I was going through the tutorial, there was a pop-up that was telling me about like how to hack a certain thing, and so I did it, but the pop-up was still there. So I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh shit, maybe I didn't do it correctly, so like let me do it correctly this time. And I just stayed there, and like I was like, okay, well, whatever. And then I exited the tutorial, and it was still there. So I was like, okay. So I just refreshed my save, which took 20 seconds, and it was gone.
Oh, yeah.
So I was just like, all right, well, I mean,
It's like certain like annoying things like that, where
it's
just things
like annoyances, inconveniences.
yeah.
But and then there was another glitch where I finished a mission, went back to my car, and somebody was glitched like through my hood of my
Oh
car.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like some random like online person.
No, it was a
Or
it was
like
just
a avatar.
an
Yeah, yeah.
NPC. They were glitched through my hood, and I got into my car, and I was like, oh, let me just drive off. Maybe they'll just run over the person, or they'll
Yeah.
just like clip through my car. Nah, like it was as if like somebody built a hole into the ground through my car, and my car was just like I drove and the ass end went up and just fucking started like going around,
Yeah.
and I was just like, damn. So I just stopped my car and it landed back down, and like I spun my turn. All right, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
Am I?
Turn you up some more. All right, test it again.
Testing. Yeah, so much better.
Alright,
So much better.
Bet. All
Yeah.
right. Anywho, so we were talking about Cyberpunk, and
Yeah, we're saying. Well, I was saying how. When are we gonna get to the point? Tell me, guys, when are we gonna get to the point where we can have our virtual headsets on over our heads and we can like kind of just be immersed into the video game world? I guess.
I feel like that would be like, I give it 30 years time.
Yeah, 30 years?
30
I don't
years.
give it. I give it like, geez, I want to say between maybe, well,
30 years as like the first company to be the pioneer of it. Not to say that it's perfected, but 30 years for people to start.
well, I mean, you already have Oculus, and they're like, fucking, they have already doing that. And did you even know? Do you know that Facebook owns Oculus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just found that out the other day,
I found
and it blew
out
my mind.
I found out like last year sometime because like when you click on the Facebook icon on the
Yeah.
iPhone, uh before your actual profile
I don't even
opens
have
up.
Facebook on my phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, when you hit the Facebook app, it will pop up the Facebook logo before it shows your news feed or whatever.
Yeah.
And on the bottom it shows the Facebook logo, the Messenger logo, Instagram logo, and Oculus logo.
Oh.
And and Facebook's been the past I think before they went public about buying Oculus,
Yeah.
they were implementing a lot of like VR with their advertisements and videos and stuff.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Well, like, it mainly blew my mind because, so I saw it on a commercial. They had the whole Oculus commercial where they have like fucking like lightsabers and you're like cutting these boxes and shit that are like coming past you. And it said Oculus from Facebook or owned by Facebook or some shit. And I didn't know that. And I've gotten to this whole thing where I think in the future we're just gonna have virtual reality social media, and the fact that Facebook already owns Oculus, a fucking virtual reality company, I feel like it's just getting closer and closer to that, where we're just gonna become like a Sims kind of life, basically.
So like eventually social media will just be like we create an avatar to be on
basically.
the internet.
And then on Genius, not too long ago, there was some sort of music artist that was, those Genius interviews on Instagram and shit. There was one where it was like a fucking avatar like you'd see in a video game.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw that. I didn't click on it. I thought it was clickbait. I didn't know it was real. I didn't watch the video.
I watched maybe 3-4 seconds of it on Instagram because I follow Genius.
Yeah, that shit scares me.
It scares me too. Although like I don't know, it scares me, but it also I'm like curious, you know?
Yeah.
Like when that shit comes out, there's no way I'm not gonna at least try it, you know?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like I see the technology like is advancing, and like I'm really curious about it. Like you said, curiosity.
Yeah.
But also it's just like, damn, like there's a lot of fucked up people in this world,
right?
And a lot of them are smart too.
Yeah, you like. And what I think about with that is like, people have to create these worlds for people to be in. Mm-hmm. So therefore you have, the I don't want to say puppet master to make it sound even scarier than it could be, but you have that master. That overlord of creating a world for you, so like they can create whatever the rules they want and like shit like that. And they already have those like GTA role playing things too, and they take that shit seriously too.
Yeah, like if you don't do it right, you're kicked out for life.
Yeah, they send like basically like police officers for you. To ask like what you're doing, blah blah blah, and you can explain yourself, do whatever, but sometimes you get kicked out.
Did you know that's not the first game to do that?
What other game has done that?
It's called Arma.
Arma?
Yeah, it was I think it was a mod of. It was either a mod of the game DayZ or H1Z1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, H1Z1. It was either a mod of that game or H1Z1 was the mod of Arma. It was one or the other.
Yeah.
But basically, like you said, you go in it. There's rules and laws to follow. There's cops that patrol around. That white noise is back.
It is back. What's going on?
But yeah, there's. Oh my god. But anyways, so you go into it. There's police that patrol.
Okay, so we're talking about Arma right now.
Yeah, Arma. So
is this a PC?
Yes, it's a PC only because it's too big of a world.
Right.
So
that makes sense, though.
Yeah. So basically, like you get this whole flat out like piece of land that's basically the same size as GTA, if not bigger. And it's all free roam. You have to like actually like have a career, or you could like just be a burglar, whatever.
Oh yeah.
You just can't get caught, of course, whatever. But there's like real jail you can go to. There's actual tickets to pay for. If you're speeding, you have to stop at red lights, go at green, let people like yield and everything. Like you have to do all that. You have to save up to buy a house, like all that shit.
So what's the point of this game if it's just
To
life?
just to live.
Yeah.
Just to live a life that you can't live in real life, I guess. I don't know. People.
That sounds so sad to me.
It's such a. It was like 2014 through like 2016. It was huge. It was a huge game to play, to role play.
Yeah. Do you know how the graphics were?
They weren't great. It was basically
Like, because I'm imagining like the fucking people with like the like all their four fingers are all like stuck together and shit.
it was
Got lines for mouths.
shit. What was that one? That one zombie game that was big for like a little while till Fortnite came out.
Oh fuck! I don't know. There's like a million zombie games.
It was like it was like DayZ, but it was called like the cover of it has like a guy with a weird like helmet headset thing on. I don't remember what it's
I have
called.
no idea. I'm
But
not
yeah.
too much of a gamer. I have no idea.
Yeah. It wasn't great graphics,
Mm-hmm.
but it was definitely like people looked like people.
Right.
It wasn't like PlayStation 2 graphics or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there was definitely like there's instances in it where little tasks just didn't look natural. Like to get into a car,
Yeah.
you didn't open the door or anything.
You just teleport in.
No, you just like you did the getting in the car animation.
Yeah.
And then you just popped in. Like it was
That makes
basically
sense.
like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but you're not moving into the car. You're just like in place.
So like, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely like a huge game about 4 or 5 years ago that like a whole lot
Yeah.
of people
So like,
played.
so that kind of like, idea of virtual reality is already a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the reason why I brought it up is because I googled it, who owns Oculus, because I obviously just want to make sure. And the way they captioned it under, the answer, it said like Facebook bought out Oculus because they had like bigger plans for virtual reality. I don't know if they said gaming or just like the technology itself.
Yeah.
And with all this shit like going on in 2020, I've gotten like, like there have been so many conspiracy theories I've heard of because of all the shit that got on with 2020, and it just got me so like intrigued to think about all the things that could happen in the near future.
Yeah. I just
And the only reason why it scares me is because I feel like people, more and more people just get more, just distance from human connection, I guess, and just less accustomed to it.
Yeah, and I mean, like we were talking about earlier, like it's a world that we aren't used to, but the next generation is going to be that's their norm.
But I don't think it would be too. I don't even think it'd be too hard for us to even get used to that kind of thing, because it wasn't hard for us to get involved in social media and stuff. But
Yeah.
we're also fairly young, I feel like, because I got into Facebook maybe like 6th grade.
Yeah.
So we were still pretty young.
So, like
a small part of my childhood, I remember not even having a phone or being like
yeah,
online at all.
because I remember 5th grade. 5th grade, I made a MySpace account.
MySpace? I never got
Yeah.
MySpace. I remember people having a MySpace,
Yeah.
but I never had it.
5th grade, I had a MySpace account, but I could only get into my MySpace account on my mom's laptop, so she had to be like over my shoulder watching me.
Oh yeah.
And so like I made my MySpace account, but I didn't like really use it too often till I got to 7th grade.
Yeah.
And then from that point, like social media has never been like a big deal for me because like of me not using it too often.
Yeah.
When I'm introduced to it.
Right.
But like these kids are having tablets, being introduced to it, and that's like a parent's escape to be like, oh, like now I can do
like
whatever.
because it's a distraction. Because I like my mom used to always just turn on the TV for me.
Yeah.
But now it's just like it's like 24/7. I feel like
now you have a TV on the go instead.
Yeah, it's all mobile too.
Yeah, you don't have to. Because back in our day, we could watch what we wanted, but when our parents when our parents wanted to watch something, it was time to get away from the TV or watch what they wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, I want to watch something. I'll give my kid this tablet, and they can go fuck off somewhere.
I don't know. My dad and I watched everything together. I feel like. I don't know, like you hear there's like those kind of people who are like weren't allowed to even watch like SpongeBob or anything growing up.
Yeah.
My dad let me watch anything. I remember seeing like
Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Girls Gone Wild. No. It wasn't Girls. No, but there was a movie I remember watching. It was fucking Miss March or something like that. Have you ever seen that one? No, but it's like these two like YouTubers or something, and they basically are on a mission to go to the Playboy Mansion. And like I think Hugh Hefner's in it and everything, but I remember I just remember being so young and like watching that, and my dad was just like so nonchalant about it.
I wasn't even
boobs everywhere.
Yeah, I wasn't even able to watch scary movies. Like you can ask anybody while I was growing up, I was not allowed to watch scary movies because after I watched those scary movies, I would either be up all night or not be able to sleep in my own room.
Yeah.
So like I could watch like whatever I wanted in terms of just like cartoons or movies or whatever, as long as they weren't like rated R. But
I think I was allowed to watch scary movies, but I was just too much of a pussy to even watch them. I would run away into my room. And what sucked is that my dad would watch it in the living room, and my bedroom was right next to the living room, where my bed was like right behind the TV. So I heard everything, and I had like in my mind, I just had to create some sort of scenario about what the movie is.
Yeah. So like when the piano keys are like, dung,
yeah,
you're just like, oh, the cake's done.
Yeah. So, like I would create some sort of scenario in my head to just make myself a little more comfortable about what's going on. Like like people like screaming and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Kyle's dead. Yeah, he's dead from laughing. He's dying of laughter.
He's so dead.
Yo, I'm dead too. Look, oh my god,
hilarious, man.
Rolling on the floor laughing right now. But yeah, I remember going to my grandparents for the weekend, and I had a bedtime. My sister didn't. Don't know why. Anyways, not gonna get into that. Making me angry.
Hold grudges.
Yeah. I was 9:30. She was like 11:30. I would hear her listening to movies and shit in the living room. I remember there was one time I went out there and she was watching American Pie.
American Pie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those movies too.
We're both kids at the time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I remember her.
Which one? Do you remember?
I don't remember because I didn't look at it. I just remember hearing it, and then the next morning she was talking about how she watched American Pie, and I was just like, "Oh, what's that?" And she like explained it to me about it being like an adult movie that I shouldn't be watching because there's boobs in it, and I was just like so intrigued.
Like, tell me I shouldn't watch this?
I was like, wait, what? Boobs? Oh my god! So like. I remember looking at, because my grandparents had like a stand of movies of just like rows on rows. And I just like, I looked at the American Pie movie case and like.
They had the unrated like banner thing like over the hot chicks with the like covering their boobs, and you're like,
I looked at
it was like our like first doorway into like what porn may be like.
Yeah, it was like. It was like, you want this sign moved.
Exactly.
You 12-year-old.
I remember I stayed a night at Trey J's house, and I think it was like American, like the wedding one or whatever.
I've yet to watch any of them.
I think that's the only one I've seen. because I was hanging out with Trajan. Like I think we took it from his dad and
Yeah.
just watching it in his room. And his dad came and was like, "You nasty motherfucker."
It's like, you own this bitch though.
Yeah.
You spent
But
money on
we
this.
were like, yeah, around like 12 or something like years
Yeah.
old. So
Like, well, I remember looking at the case and like in my head, like remembering my sister was like, "Oh, there's boobs in it," and like I just looked at it and I was like, "I can't touch it. I can't do it." And like,
ET so hard.
I was like,
Horror movie.
I was just like, all right. I even like came up with a plan. I was like, you know what? Tomorrow night, when Grandma and Grandpa and Asia go to bed, I'm watching it. And I think my fucking grandpa knew.
Yeah.
Because he stayed out in the living room until I fell asleep. And we were watching. We were watching the Colbert Report. Late as fuck. I don't know why. He just like stayed up with me, which they never stay up late. But
Yeah.
that night, for some reason, he stayed up late with me. We watched the Colbert Report, and after that, we watched what did we watch? We watched some Clint Eastwood movie with Morgan Freeman.
Oh, I have no
It was,
idea.
it was like a Wild West style movie.
The only Clint
Unforgiven.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's like the only Clint Eastwood Western ones I know are like the Good, Bad, and the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, A Few Dollars More. No,
Yeah,
ones.
I haven't watched a whole
I need to
lot.
watch a lot more Clint Eastwood movies because he's honestly amazing.
He's about to die.
Dude, and it makes me upset because I would so love to be a part of it, like anything of his.
I saw him,
But he's like old. And
I remember like the first presidential speech that Trump had.
Yeah.
Like after he won, he had a little rally, and Clint Eastwood went there, and he went and spoke, and like
He went to the Trump rally?
Yeah,
Really?
I like looked
I
at
didn't
him,
even know that.
and this was like 4 years ago. I looked at it, and I was just like, he looks like if he fell over and died now, everybody would just be like, well.
He still does movies though. Like his
Yeah.
latest one from latest one from what
The
I
Mule.
remember. The Mule is actually
Yeah.
a great ass movie. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I haven't finished it, but I watched it with my grandpa. I watched a pretty good amount into it.
Yeah.
I watched like the intro portion. I didn't see like where shit starts going wrong.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And the first Clint Eastwood movie I've seen was the Gran Torino.
Yeah,
movie.
that was my second movie of his I ever saw.
Yeah, I think it's the first one, and then I don't think I've actually seen any other Clint Eastwood movies besides The Mule, and I feel bad about it because I know how fucking great of an actor and filmmaker he is. And I needed to watch more.
I think it's Unforgiven, Unforgivable. Watch that. It's with
I want to say it's Unforgiven. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's with Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman, and like I've seen a lot of Morgan Freeman movies.
Yeah.
That was probably like top tier. That was probably like top tier of just like you could tell that they just had chemistry.
Yeah.
Just like because like their era of acting, like you could tell like they brought it.
Dude, like fucking people like Clint Eastwood, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. They started out with Marlon Brando, and but once like what is it called? New Line Cinema, New World Cinemas, New Line Cinema.
Yeah, New Line.
Yeah, like in the 70s and stuff, kind of like just revolutionized acting and filmmaking in general. And that's like the main like area I get inspired by, to be honest.
You know a lot more about acting than I do. Like I don't know anything of like most I know is just some actors are crazy talented and can go on set and just kill the shit. Some people come out of nowhere, and then some people do it and they're just like, this guy was not the right person to cast.
Yeah.
And that's where like I'm more of somebody that will watch a movie and just like I'll dissect everything. Like, oh man, like I don't like the way that he said that, or like that line wasn't believable for me.
I do the same thing. I kind of like I get annoyed by myself for how much I criticize some movies. I criticize TV a lot more though. Like I criticize the Vampire Diaries so much.
I can't. That's the main reason why I stopped watching TV.
Yeah,
because some people can get really like in it, and I never could because it's just like I can
maybe
watch
do
it.
a season now, and then but after that, I just don't stay committed to TV shows anymore.
Because I
besides The Office, I've still going strong with that one.
I love The Office.
Yeah,
but it's like there's so many times in shows like soap opera type of shows, you can feel that they're on some kind of like little set that was set up.
Yeah, little set. Everyone's like, well, it's all because it's all aimed towards like the young adults and stuff like that, which why they do it, and it works. And everyone's like so attractive or like and ripped and shit.
I think the only like I love shows that are. I think I like growing up. Well, not really like growing up in it, but like being how old we are right now.
Yeah.
Being in the middle of like, we watched the Marvel come up.
We really did. I for some reason I like have like this urge to get some credit for experiencing what the MCU's experiencing the superhero cinema before the MCU was even a thing.
It's like when I see a kid, like when I went to Endgame in theaters.
Yes.
And I saw like there were some kids in there. Mentally, I was like, you weren't here for Ramsey, bro. You weren't here for Ramsey. You weren't here for Spider-Man. Who's Doc Ock? You don't know because he's never been on screen. Like, for you in your lifetime. It's like, and then when people shit
we were here for Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
Yes.
Here for Wesley Snipes' Blade.
Yes.
Fucking the first X-Men, not the fucking new shit that all like
the shit that it was like you could watch X-Men 2 and not know anything about X-Men 1, but it still be fine. You can still enjoy it.
Yeah, they were all like their own movies and stuff. That was before, even though they had that was before they were like starting to connect things, but they had like some sort of idea with like at least the Spider-Man movies, because I think the first one they wanted Hugh Jackman to cameo.
Yes.
In it, but I think they forgot his like they lost his costume. So they couldn't film Hugh Jackman or something like that. What? But even like
that's weird.
I don't know how like at least that's what they say. I'm not even sure if that's true. But
do you know behind the scenes of Fox?
Like that's why I'm confused about, because they had like this whole thing with like Sony and Fox and Disney trying to earn buy the rights to all these superhero names.
Yeah.
But and then back then they were planning on this cameo for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and I was just thinking about how it worked back then, because obviously Spider-Man was still owned by Sony, and then Fox still owned.
They probably were doing it just for the shits and giggles for the people that would notice.
Yeah, that was also before like they knew how much fucking superhero movies were gonna make,
because like. Ah, man, like Spider-Man 3, people shit on that so much. But like me, I'm just like, yo, it wasn't great, but you didn't grow up in the era of like I get to see Venom for the first time.
Right. Even though Venom was a complete pud.
Oh yeah, it was like Venom contract.
You can't have have Eric Foreman
Yeah.
as Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Well, not only that, but like you can't have Venom look like he just got over Corona and hasn't hit the gym in 4 months. Because like he was like a super badass, but like you could tell they didn't know how to.
Well, I think Sam Raimi didn't even want Venom in the movie at all. I think they just wanted it to be Sandman. But some other person was just like, nah, you have to have
corporate
Venom in here.
Corporate was like, yo, I'm giving you this much money. We want to see Venom.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't make a storyline for Venom. And yeah, you could just tell he didn't really want to do it because.
And I wish he didn't, because I would we love the movie.
Yeah.
And I can still watch it to this day, but just so it doesn't get shit on by anybody else. I get so defensive over it. I wish they just Raimi stuck to his guns.
Yeah. I think the big thing was like they pretty much told him like either you do it or we get another director to do it, but this movie's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so, and I think at the time like Raimi was like he didn't really have too much like leverage at the time. Because I don't know what was his like credits before the Spider-Man.
I don't really
trilogies.
know. That's like all I know of his, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. That might have been like one of his first projects, like big projects.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna look that up actually.
Yeah, but yeah, I was just like, when I watched Spider-Man 3 for the first time, I was so hyped as a kid because I remember 5th grade, summer just started, got off school, for the summer, and my mom had a burnt copy of Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah.
And my sister was already watching it before I got home because we had field day and she had an asthma attack, so she got home early and she was watching it. I walk in the room and she's watching it. I was like, no. She's like, I'll restart it. It's so good. And like we just watched it together. And like that was just like a good memory. And now it's like this generation, they're just like, yeah, fuck that. That was trash.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, it's not
my
that
little
bad.
sister. My little sister, she's 14 years old. Just talks so much shit about Tobey Maguire in those Spider-Man movies, and I'm just like, her favorite
Honestly,
is Andrew Garfield.
The only
I don't understand.
Irrelevant.
All right.
The only. See,
I don't like.
Okay,
I don't want to talk too much.
Kelsey's the same way. Kelsey does not like Tom Holland. She thinks he's the worst.
I love Tom Holland.
And that she's not the exact same way as your sister because she thinks Tobey Maguire was the best, but she ranks Andrew Garfield as a good Spider-Man.
Well, I don't think of him as a bad actor in any sense or anything like that. It's just by comparison, you are definitely the worst.
Yeah, you can't have pretty boy looking like he can get all the girls, Peter Parker.
Yeah, Peter Parker's supposed to be the loser, nobody guy that ends up being the hero.
Not the fucking emo rock band listener.
Yeah,
skateboarding and just like cool tricks. Like, I don't care what society thinks about me. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, that's not who Peter Parker is. Peter Parker is somebody that is following the rules so strictly, wanting to be great as a person. Great as a person, and wanting to like save people even before he even had powers. Like he cared about people.
Yeah.
And you can't have like somebody, you can't have the storyline of somebody from being shit on and looked at like they're nothing, portrayed as somebody that looks like Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, and that one, it was more of he was just like the rebel of the thing, getting in trouble. Guy.
I will say that in Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man storyline, I will say that they nailed the portion of
like Spider-Man's kind of like
his inventor,
antics, I guess.
Like him being an inventor, and then also his quips.
Yeah.
Him joking while
I was thinking more of the joking while he's like fucking up villains and shit. Because
they nailed that part. They nailed the part of his humor and his intelligence.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Yeah,
he's gonna be like the rebel and everything, but still like kind of like the nerd that knows everything.
Yeah, like, because wasn't there a scene where like he was skateboarding and then found out he could like shoot webs or something like that?
I barely remember the first movie. I also really hate that suit for the first Amazing Spider-Man movie.
I didn't like
that.
It's
just like it's not pleasing to watch. For me.
It looks like.
But I love the second movie suit. That one was really good.
The first movie suit, it looked like just like everybody's Halloween costume.
Yeah. Which is probably what they're like, maybe what they're going for, but I don't know.
Yeah, so they could sell more.
Maybe.
In terms of selling to more kids and stuff for toys and shit.
Also, Sam Raimi did. He did the Evil Dead movies.
Ah, okay.
He did a lot of well.
Oh yeah, because the actor that is the lead actor on
Yeah.
Evil Dead,
He's
shows
in all.
up in
He's in
every
all three
Raimi movie.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I used to think before I knew who Sam Raimi was, I used to think that was the director because it made sense to me in my head.
Yeah.
But he's going to be directing the new. I think the newest Spider-Man: Homecoming, or
Oh, he's directing it.
It's either that one or the Doctor Strange movie. I don't remember. I want to say it's the Doctor Strange movie, kind of.
Okay.
But he is coming back as a director for that.
So he for sure is coming back as a Marvel director.
Yeah, and I want to say it's for Doctor Strange. And apparently Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield,
I heard about
Kirsten Dunst, all coming back for the newest Spider-Man movie, which is gonna make me cry, to be honest.
Is Emma Stone coming back, or is her
Emma
neck
Stone?
still
I
snapped?
think she's rumored. I don't think she's official yet. Doctor Octopus from Spider-Man 2 is coming back.
He's gonna be old.
Electro. Jamie Foxx is gonna be Electro again, but he's not gonna be blue.
Is that all this confirmed? Because I've been seeing.
I think it is confirmed.
Okay.
You can fact check me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
And it's not like you can check up on. You can always tell when something's going on in the Marvel scene because you don't see shit on those actors' social medias.
Yeah, but you can fucking Google it. Well, I think that's what's been teasing people is that like they'll Google like the movie or whatever, and it'll show you the cast.
Yeah.
On Google, but
IMDb.
Well, though sometimes like with IMDb and like Google and like shit like that, they'll say it, and then once the movie actually comes out, there's like all this like.
Yeah, they did that with The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
They put Hayden Christensen. They put him
Christensen.
Hayden Christensen. They put him in the casting. And then
But he
showed
is
up.
coming back though too.
I know Kenobi. I'm excited,
dude.
bro.
I'm so fucking excited,
bro. Like when I saw that, I took a screenshot of the news article, sent it to Kelsey, and bro, she sent me hard eyes back, and I kind of got pissed because she likes Hayden Christensen, and I was just like, all right, I shouldn't have told you.
Yeah, fuck this.
I was like, never mind it. It's not confirmed yet.
Yeah.
We're not watching it together. It's not gonna happen. My Disney Plus got canceled.
Gosh, that is the worst. I hate that.
But yeah, I'm really excited about Kenobi.
Have you been watching Mandalorian?
I have not.
No.
Oh,
I've watched part of the first season, but I do not have Disney Plus anymore, so I haven't watched it.
I have not finished season 2. I will give you my Disney Plus info so that you.
Dude,
can catch
that'd
up
be
on
so
it.
cool. That'd be awesome.
Because yeah, I think I can get unlimited amount.
Because
of
the
people.
second season's getting a lot of attention.
Bro, it's so good.
Yeah,
I haven't
fucking Ahsoka's in it.
I haven't finished it.
I don't know if that's a spoiler or anything, but
No,
I've seen that online.
No,
so.
I've seen it. I've seen all the way up until the, like
people listening. It's like
I've seen all the way up until the last 2 episodes. Did you keep up with Star Wars Legends at all?
Legends, no.
Like before, like
No.
what was previously Star Wars canon?
No.
Like before Disney bought them out. Oh, bro, you need to
Star Wars Legends.
because there's a character mentioned.
Is it a show or what?
Star Wars Legends is like the books, the lore,
Yeah.
like everything
Nothing.
everything after Return of
When it
the
came
Jedi.
to like reading like comic books and stuff, I only went to like Batman and X-Men. Were my main ones.
Audiobooks.
I've been wanting to get into audiobooks too because my attention span. I should have read more growing up because my attention span is not good with reading.
Same. That's why I got Audible.
Yeah.
Audible, literally, I've been.
Is this a
listening-
sponsor?
Oh, yeah,
That is why I got Audible.
promo code Star Wars. Anyway, but no, Audible is definitely like a great app to use for audiobooks because they have a lot of shit on there, and I forget the guy's name, but he does a lot of the Star Wars voiceovers, and bro, the way he can just like change his voice for certain characters, he sounds just like a younger Harrison Ford when he's trying to do a solo impression. Oh, bro, it's definitely like you.
That
can
sounds
tell,
pretty sweet, especially like if you can get pretty close to the actual like actor's voice. That sounds awesome.
Like you can tell that it's not Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
But he
like
has the same like that character behind it and what he's saying and the sarcasm. He hits it on point. It's not just like dry reading.
Yeah,
and that's what I love about it.
Are you a big fan of Batman at all?
Hell yeah.
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 So you know who Kevin Conroy is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anytime there comes to like when it comes to an animated Batman, it's like my mind won't let Batman's voice be anyone else besides Kevin Conroy. Like, yeah. So,
yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Cause like
it's the same thing with the Joker.
With Joker, if it's not Mark Hamill, I don't want to hear it.
Like I'll definitely watch the animated movies. I've seen so many Batman animated movies, but it's just so much better with Kevin. He is Batman in my eyes.
I forget who did the acting, who did the voice acting of Joker in Arkham Origins.
Oh, I don't remember his name, but I know what you're talking about. He sounds pretty close to Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
too. And he did a monologue at like a press conference.
Yeah. Because he got Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that because it was the announcement of Arkham Origins.
I said press conference.
Yeah, he did the announcement of Arkham Origins because like everybody had doubts that he could do it, and then he did it live.
Oh, so that was before the game came out?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was at the announcement of the game.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that monologue was badass too.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it was definitely really good, but I was just like, I need to listen to Mark Hamill. But the thing is, like, the sad thing is, like, we grew up hearing those voices, but we just have to come to terms with the fact that another voice actor is going to have to...
Yeah, it's so weird being in that part of life where you just want the things that you grew up with to be the exact same thing.
Like, imagine a world where, like, there is no Morgan Freeman narrations.
Yeah, that's going to be weird. It's going to be weird having people that don't know who people like Morgan Freeman are, because
we're going to be making callbacks to shit that nobody else understands.
Throw out pop culture references.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
We got what? Snoop Dogg. He's going to die too, but anyway.
What? Don't want me to say that. But I throw out all these like pop culture references to my sisters and stuff. They're 18, 14. They don't know who like Steve Urkel is. They didn't know who T-Pain was.
That hurt.
It hurts me every time.
Damn. I'm gonna buy you a drink.
Yeah, exactly. Because I watched 2 seasons of The Masked Singer.
Okay, yeah.
And this is just gonna be a spoiler if you do. I mean, I pretty much already did spoil it. But
I wonder what this is leading up to.
So it's either the first season or second season. But T-Pain ends up being the person winning at the end, because he has a beautiful voice without any autotune.
Yeah.
And I got so excited knowing that he won Masked Singer, and I was watching it with my sister, and she had no idea who she was, or who he was.
She.
T-Pain's voice just made her rethink her whole identity.
C-Pain.
Yeah, so like as we get older, it's gonna happen more and more and more and more, and it just makes me feel so old, man.
You want to hear something real crazy that will really like really fuck shit up?
What? Bet.
There is a generation that's like, it's probably like, this coming generation is only going to know 50 Cent as Power. As the Power director.
Yeah. What? Not even that?
Power's still going. Everybody's watching. It's one of the most.
Well, yeah, but they'll like, it is a pretty popular show. But like, I can see like people just not knowing 50 Cent as a rapper first, before going on to all of his like other.
Because they'll be like, oh, the guy that's in Stars and he makes that show. Oh, he used to be a rapper too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Or like people thinking of Soulja Boy just for his antics.
Yeah, before
media.
he came out with like
Crank That.
one of the most like popular
Kiss
songs
Me Through
of that
the Phone.
gets me through the phone is I can still blast
Put
that
some
song.
D's on that bitch.
Yeah, put some D, put some D's on. Oh,
My principal gave me my report card.
yeah,
And
all F's on it.
I said, I would put it right back on the desk, and I said, put some D's on that bitch. Bro, there's so many things.
They had crank that Spider-Man, crank that
Oh, yeah.
Batman. They had SpongeBob too.
Do you guys remember, like, maybe you guys were like, I don't know, but do you guys remember, like, the very, very beginning of YouTube? Before ads.
Barely.
Like, there was a point in time where YouTube was literally just the YouTube logo in a search bar. And that's all that was on the homepage.
The earliest I remember getting on YouTube is when, I want to say like 6th, 7th grade, when I started watching like Smosh and fucking, damn, like Julian something. I don't remember. I didn't watch too much YouTube. I don't know.
See,
yeah.
When I
PewDiePie, yeah,
PewDiePie was freshman year for me. That was my freshman year.
What?
I was like 8 years old.
PewDiePie, when I started watching PewDiePie my freshman year, he was already popular. I just didn't know about him until the summer came around and I saw somebody post on Facebook that they were watching him on YouTube, and I was like, "Who's this?" And then I just
I was also watching like things like fucking Annoying Orange and shit too. Yeah.
I never watched any of those videos.
Yeah.
Like the person to watch in my era of YouTube was Fred.
Fred was another big one.
Fred was like, if you didn't watch Fred, you were out of the loop. Fred like in my, like, that first generation of YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't too many people that made YouTube channels and like were consistent with content for an audience. There wasn't people that are like PewDiePie and Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and Game Grumps. Like, there weren't those type of people that would constantly once a week post a video or once a month for people to continuously go and view them. It was just, you put up a video and forget about it. You just do this.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything.
And Fred got pretty huge too. Like he had his own movie show. He was on iCarly. He had 3 movies.
Yep, he had 3 movies.
Oh my god.
He was the biggest YouTuber for the longest time.
Yeah, I remember that. I only remember that I remember the time when that came out, and I started doing like pretty much the same voice and shit. My mom was trying to get me so hard to like start a YouTube channel.
Oh, a YouTube channel?
Yeah, with like just doing the same exact thing with the stupid voices and stuff. I was like, I only did it to fucking be stupid at school, but I never.
Yeah, I remember we would watch. My sister and I would watch this YouTube channel called Niga Higa.
Yeah.
You guys know who Niga Higa is?
The Teehee, that guy.
Yeah, yeah. We would watch those and like the how to be emo, how to be gangster.
Yeah,
like we would watch those and then we would just be like, "Yo, man, like we could definitely do something like this." And I remember we showed my grandpa the video. I forget which one it was. I think it was like how to be gangster, and like my sister and I were sitting there like watching the video, watching my grandpa for his reaction to like the funny parts to us and everything. Like, it must be funny to him. He looked like he was watching death. And he was just like looking at it, and he's like, all right.
It's so great because that's exactly how I feel now watching some TikToks and some videos I see on Instagram.
Yeah.
I feel as I've gotten older, I get less and less on Instagram. I don't like people really sending me videos too much on social media anymore because I don't want to have to. Well, Trey J is pretty much the only exception because obviously he's my best friend. He still does. So I'm like, I have to I guess support what he watches.
Yeah.
But like he'll send me like fucking 15 posts, and I hate going through it, all of them.
Yeah.
And it's just gotten less and less from there. So now people will send me one. I'm like, I don't need to watch that.
See, Hades and I will send each other a TikTok like once a week. just for that
Trey
goofy
J,
laugh.
I don't have TikTok, and Trey J fucking texts me links to the videos he watches.
Yo, like half of
And I'm such a good friend that I'll watch them. I'll watch all of them sometimes. And then lately, it's been all that's been.
like the majority of Trey J's Snap stories is usually TikToks.
Yeah. Well, it's TikToks, or he's complaining about somebody at work, or
Yeah.
something's wrong with his snake.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. In his car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to get an update about how his snake's doing. Honestly.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was like the first time he lost him, and he thought that he went down a hole in his kitchen or whatever.
Yeah.
I messaged him and I was like, "Hey man," like it was just like a few days later. I was like, "Hey, did you find him?" And like I felt so bad because like he was like, "No, not yet." Like, but once I do, like I'll update my Snap,
Yeah.
and if I don't, then you just won't see him. And I was just like, "Damn, that hurt."
If I don't.
if I find him, you'll see him. If you don't see him,
You won't hear from me for 3 days.
Yeah, he basically like politely asked me not to ask
Bring
about
him up. Bring it up. Yeah.
So I was like, "Damn, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
But yeah, when I first saw that he had a snake, I was like, "What the fuck is this nigga doing?" like,
I was kind of surprised. I didn't know how much he was into reptiles and shit like that, because he wants more. He wants more. Hopefully White Lightning's okay, and like he'll, you know, keeps and everything. But
Yeah,
he definitely wants more. I really want a chameleon, for some reason.
yeah.
I think they're really cute and cool.
Reptiles just kind of freak me out.
All reptiles,
Yeah,
like chameleons are the ones that I think of. I don't put them in the same kind of category as a snake or.
yeah. I don't know. I just feel like any four-legged animal that
Doesn't
crawls
have
at me like an alligator just freaks
alligator,
me out.
like gators and fucking crocodiles. They creep me the fuck out. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're monsters.
Because
They're
like
made to kill.
there's this, I forget what it's called, but there's a reptile in Australia that will stand on its hind legs and spread out like its neck flare things, and just to like intimidate prey or intimidate predators.
Yeah.
And it will run at you. And bro,
Can it run on water? Do you know? Because it might.
I don't know.
If it runs on water, it's a basilisk lizard. Because those things run on its hind legs and they can.
I don't know. All I know is that I saw somebody
They,
on.
they have like web feet and shit, and they'll like really run across like ponds and shit.
Yeah,
Like that.
I don't know. All I saw was a video on TikTok of this guy in Australia that had it come up running to him from like the brushes. It was running up to him, and he was just like all cool about it. Like he was acting like it was like a little puppy that was running up.
Australians are like, they're so nutshell about all the animals that live in their country.
Yeah.
I remember listening to an interview with Margot Robbie and her telling a story about like how she got in an argument with her mom and then she left the room and her mom tried to get her to come back, but she's like, "Nah, I'm not going to listen to you," blah blah, because she's arguing, blah blah. And then she finally comes back and a snake is like around her mom's neck or like something like that, and like they like constantly just have to get snakes like out of their house.
I cannot do that. I can't live in an environment where 1 minute I could be playing Call of Duty and then the next minute like I'm playing Call of Duty in my house with a snake, trying to make sure my aim is on point.
Was the lizard? Well, these ones look sweet though. Was it this? Does it look like that?
Yeah, but its flares were like huge.
Huge. Well,
Yeah.
that might be a small one. What about that? This one.
Yeah,
You have something like this?
yeah, it was definitely that.
This is these pictures I'm showing you are it's a frilled neck lizard, also known commonly as the frilled lizard, or frilled dragon, or the frilled agama.
I can't fuck with that.
Yeah, these ones are weird. These look like that one part in Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't fuck with that, bro. Like,
dude, that looks crazy.
Yeah, that's the color it was.
Yeah,
the color it was.
Yeah, that's what it is then. Those things look fucking nuts.
Yeah. I can't fuck with those, bro. Like, take me to Australia and make sure to do.
And Trajan wants to go to Australia too. He wants to move there.
Oh
eventually.
my gosh.
Well, I'm gonna try to talk him out of it, but we'll see. We'll see
He
what
just
happens.
he just wants to move there because snakes are like house cats here.
I know, right?
Just like one crawls up on your fucking lawn, and you're just like, oh hey little guy.
He's gonna have a full ass accent and everything.
Yeah. Oh man. Like I don't fuck with reptiles just because like there's a lot of reptiles that don't stop growing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they can get
like
like
alligators and crocodiles. Like the only reason they stop growing is because they die.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So they keep growing until they die. I didn't know that.
their body keeps growing until they can't physically eat enough to keep their body like going. I don't remember where I read that at, but like their body will continue to grow as long as they can consume enough food to keep their body going. And then they get to a point where they're either too big or they get killed or whatever, or they have a disease, but they can literally just keep growing. That's why you find monstrous alligators and crocodiles.
That's like those things are another reason why I wouldn't want to live in Florida. They scare me too much,
Yeah.
and they
Like-
hiss too.
Oh yeah.
Like-
And like especially in like Florida, like atmosphere, environment, whatever, they can blend into that fucking grass. You can be mowing
Yeah.
the lawn and not know it's right there until your leg's gone.
Right.
And it's already fucking rolling around.
Like that death roll shit.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
just like we're up in
There's
here.
nothing you can do about it. You have no chance of like resisting, I guess.
Yeah. Like up here in Ohio, like when we're mowing the lawn, we just gotta worry about hitting some flowers that a bee's trying to fuck. Like
The bee's trying to fuck.
like after
And then
that,
worry about the bee.
yeah, you just gotta worry about the bee stinging you because you ran over the flower.
What does
like,
Ohio have? We don't really have a lot of like dangerous animals.
We have black widows, spiders,
Oh yeah.
or brown recluse.
Brown recluse, yeah.
Brown recluse.
Yeah, so we have like fucking spiders.
Yeah, we don't. And then like, we don't have like a whole lot of bears, but there are definitely bears. Like,
I want to
and
see some
other-
bears. I really like bears.
yeah, they're like
Bears are deadly, but they're also kind of cute. So
southwest Ohio is mainly where like the craziness is. 'Cause
Yeah.
mainly like everything north Ohio is just city life.
yeah.
Other than that, like, of course there are like some little rural areas and stuff.
Yeah, because throughout my life, I don't think I've really ever come in contact with a lot of like crazy animal life or anything.
Yeah. You saw a what? You saw a lion and a bear?
At a
I
zoo?
was about to say, like, did you go to Toledo then? Like, what?
No, I saw a bear in Tennessee. They have like bears.
Oh yeah,
Oh, in Tennessee.
Like I went to and stayed at the cabin in Pigeon Forge, and like they would come out in the fucking woods that would
Oh,
be right
yeah.
next to your cabin and come like dig through your trash and shit. So
Mhm.
me and my dad were playing fucking basketball, and like the ball goes off this because we're on the side of the cliff, right?
Mhm.
Playing basketball on the side of the hoop, and like the ball rolls off. All we hear is.
Oh hell no,
Nah, I think I'm. Nah, you won. I'm going back.
bro! Like, I could not imagine just like having even a slight run-in with a bear.
Oh
Because,
yeah, I
like,
definitely don't know what I would do. Like,
yeah, because everybody's
are
like,
you
"Oh,
suppo-
just be bigger than the bear."
Yeah.
just like stand taller. It's like, what if that nigga stands up? What am I gonna
Well, like,
do? That get a
it's
step
also-
ladder?
Isn't there a difference between like what you do with a black bear and what you do with a brown bear? So the thing with black bear, like,
I mean, either way, when it comes to a bear, you're not supposed to run away,
yeah, because they're definitely faster than you. You're gonna
Yes.
fucking die.
and they love the chase.
Yeah. So like,
I just
you
don't.
just sit still.
I think with Yeah, like a like a dinosaur.
Like, what?
But-
Like, what do you do?
I think like brown bears, like you have to try to out intimidate it.
Okay.
Black bears, you're just fucked.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I think.
Like
Black bears.
black
are
bears,
worse.
nigga bears.
Those
Black-
fucking black bears.
Black bears are definitely like, they're just gonna be like, yo, this dude's stepping up to me right now. You're over here like trying to be bigger than him, like talk with a deep voice, and he just over there like brushing off his fucking shit real quick. He's like, hold up, 1 second, like, especially like if you're by its cave, because
Yeah,
more than
that's the
likely
thing,
there's
like,
some
if you're
cubs
on,
up
like,
in that
territory.
bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, bears are definitely protective of cubs.
So
Wolves.
is animal. Any animal. Have you seen like a duck?
Well, I don't know. Some animals eat their own fucking young.
Well, yeah, but they're still very protective of their offspring. Like even ducks will just be like, "Yo,
Yeah,
you
ducks
touched my fucking
Ducks will try to
duck."
fuck you up for sure.
Yeah, and like even like birds, yo, it's so fucked up. Like if you touch a baby bird, and the mom comes back and senses that something else touched it,
Yeah.
it will disown that bird and throw it out of
Yeah,
its
so you're not
nest.
supposed to like touch their eggs or anything.
Yeah, it will just let it starve. Like, you don't belong to me. Chelsea touched you.
Yeah.
like,
Did you say Nathan's coming over?
He said he's like, invite him. He hasn't texted me though. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. 7:30 Fox Run. Oh wait, we can't. Oh, I'll just cut this. I'll just cut this out.
Like you're just on the mic.
Yeah, fuck it. It's getting cut out.
Yeah.
Here's my address, everybody. Anyways, back to but no. Every animal like has a really like instinctive like don't touch type thing about it. And I don't understand it. I don't understand. Then again, I'm not a parent. So
Yeah.
I know my sister's very much like
And
that.
like things, but like people, not people, fucking stupid fuck. Animals like wolves and stuff get like very like territorial. And
Yes.
with those kind of situations, you know, you're not sure if you're even on their, territory or not.
Yeah.
And obviously you'll just if they find you, you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, that's because like wolves just do whatever the fuck they want, and they'll just. A wolf is basically just
Wolves
like
are-
Christopher
wolves are-
Columbus. Like, I discovered this place.
Yeah,
and it is mine.
They're very interesting animals, especially when it comes to like the relationship with like other wolves and like in their
Yeah.
pack and stuff.
Wolves are definitely my favorite animal, out of
Your favorite animal?
every animal. Yeah,
I don't know what my favorite animal is. To be
I
honest,
feel like it's my spirit animal, like a
whatever
white girl.
animal I know about the most.
This is my spirit animal.
I know a lot about poison dart frogs.
Yeah, what do they do?
Well, they're frogs and they're poisonous. They they live in the Amazon rainforest for the most part, like Southern America and stuff.
Mhm.
Their poison can range. I think the golden one is the most dangerous. Kill up to like 30 grown men with just
What?
yeah. And I think with certain ones, the reason why they're called poison dart frogs instead of like just poison frogs or something like that is because like just like tribes and stuff like back in the day used to like get the poison from their backs and like use those as like blow darts and shit.
I was wondering because you said poison dart frog, so I was like, oh, maybe like it can spit something from.
No, it's just their skin. Like if they get intimidated or something like that, like they'll like their
They can,
sweat
like-
basically
Oh my
is like
God.
poisonous. So you can't touch them
What?
at all. And it all comes from what they eat. So like if you buy a poison dart frog, you just have to feed it certain things and it won't be poisonous.
Oh my god!
But like the wild ones, obviously they've eaten things out in the wild, so they're going to become
doesn't-
poisonous.
It doesn't like spit out poison. It's literally just
No,
like,
they're
it
like they're
comes out of
regular
their
ass
pores.
frogs, but
That's
you know.
weird.
Yeah. But yeah, like they used to take darts and use the poison from that, and
Wow. And
That'd
they're
be
from
the
the
darts.
Amazon. they're all
generally,
over.
yeah, just like the tropical type areas.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to worry about that. I just won't go to the Amazon area.
I kind of want to buy one though.
Please,
They're
please
so colorful and pretty.
don't be the. Who was that person here in Ohio that bought a bunch of exotic animals, and then they just ended up getting loose? And
Who did
that's
that?
that's the reason why Ohio has a law where you can't have exotic animals.
Really?
It happened here in Ohio.
How long
This
ago?
dude had like a personal zoo of lions and tigers and fucking
Really?
yeah. It's happened
How
like
have I never heard about this?
probably happened like a decade and a half ago,
Really?
something like that. It happened. I don't remember where, but it was like
I remem-
I remember. I think I remember. I either saw it on the news as like a recap about it, or I saw it on the news because it was happening at the time.
Yeah.
So it happened during like around as
Yeah.
long as I've been cognitive about things that are going on around me. But yeah, it happened in Ohio. This guy had all these animals. Everybody always told him like, yo, you can't have this many animals, you got to get rid of some, there's too many, blah blah blah. And he just like, it's like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna keep stacking them up. And I think what happened was one of the animals killed him, and they all got loose. Or it was either that or he let them free and committed suicide. I don't remember.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He was like, you know what? You guys were all, my city was all against me. Guess what? Bop. Bop. Like,
Fucking like lions and tigers and shit.
yeah, and bears, oh my. Yeah. Yeah, but like,
I used to have a neighbor that had like a bunch of like animals and shit in their basement. They had a bunch of like, they had everything. They had like raccoons, ferrets, snakes, spiders, everything all in their basement. They this is back when I lived on Carnahan, like off Tiffin.
okay.
And, yeah, and they lived like right across the street from me.
yeah. Just think, before that guy, like 20, 30 years ago, you were able to get a fucking cheetah and just keep it as a pet, a house pet.
I know, right?
Wait, what? Bro, can you imagine having a kangaroo? That motherfucker would fuck you up.
Kangaroos are weird ass animals too.
Bro, I saw a kangaroo straight flexing on TikTok yesterday because like he was just like bending over getting some grass to eat or whatever, and whoever was on the camera just like was like woo woo and got his attention. This nigga literally like bent his arms up like as if he was like a bodybuilder and just like you could see how angry he was at just somebody interrupting him eating. He was just like bent back,
Veins popping out and everything.
yeah, I was just like, oh my god, please don't mess with him anymore. Like, but
They
like
can kick the shit out of you too.
kangaroos are
They got
a
hands and feet.
beast. Like, imagine a human kangaroo coming up to you at the bar and just being like, "You buying me a drink?" Shit, nigga, how many you want? Like, like shit. Here's my fucking credit card. Run it up. Open the tab.
Hey, do you know what the inside of their pouches look like?
No.
No, they're like, so it basically just looks like a vagina, but
Oh.
they have like little like nipples in them, so like their little joeys can like stick their head in their pouches,
Oh.
and like that's how they feed, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just
Like it's
For
all
some-
it's like flesh and stuff. It's not like an actual like pouch.
dead ass. I just thought it was a pocket.
I mean that's what you'd think, but like
I
you open
thought
it
it-
inside, you can actually like see and like inside like it's
Damn.
like a womb.
Is that now the pouches? Is that only like a female thing, or did the males have it too?
I never even thought about that.
Hmm.
I want to say it's a female thing. Like it would make sense if only
Yeah.
female kangaroos had pouches.
I love how like for the longest time Hollywood just like downplayed how dangerous kangaroos are. Like Kangaroo Jack.
I
Everybody
haven't
was
seen
just
that
like-
movie in so long.
Everybody was just like, "Oh my gosh, kangaroos are so cute," and then they go out and find one, and they're just like, "Oh my god, this nigga's 7 foot, jacked, 6-pack probably if he didn't have
Also
a
very,
pouch." Like,
also very defensive over their babies.
oh yes, Oh yes, very defensive about just his area.
Yeah. His space, his bubble.
like, have you ever met a bodybuilder that was hypersensitive about just like his room?
And we'll just fucking drop kick you in your stomach.
Yes, or just like kangaroos are the type. Kangaroos are like bipolar as fuck. Like, it'll just be cool around you, and you just do one certain thing that it doesn't like.
Yeah, bringing up Trey J again. I was just driving around, just randomly thought about kangaroos, thinking about their pouches, as you do.
Yeah.
And just later on that day, I found out Trey J actually went to a like little petting zoo where they ended up having kangaroos there, and he got to like hold a baby kangaroo and everything.
No way.
Yeah, and I was so jealous. And apparently, like this particular kangaroo like doesn't really get along with anybody it's around, and like but apparently got pretty attached to Trey J.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I was so jealous.
Meanwhile, like the mama kangaroos in the back, fucking shadow box.
Yeah, training for its next fight.
Just like, yo, man, if I see that motherfucker touch my baby one more time. But nah, like kangaroos are fucking strong. Like,
Yeah, they're ripped, bro.
I think like, I honestly think like humans, because like a kangaroo can fuck someone up and not give a fuck of like their state of health. But like humans, we are in some way attached to another human, and like we're just like, oh well, I'll punch you, but not with my full strength, even when you like want to do it with your full strength.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just like a mental thing that holds
yeah, it
you
also
back.
depends on just how empathetic of a person you are.
Yeah,
really,
that's true. That's true too.
Because I've known some people that just, they'll like, if they get hit, that's what's fueling them, and like it just makes it even harder to,
Yeah,
yeah.
because like in your head, like I read that you can bite your finger off as easy as you can bite a carrot, but your brain just tells you that's a stupid idea.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
And I want to know if that's real.
Yeah. Like, can I just like turn off that thought of my brain
Yeah.
and just do it? But no, it's like if your brain, like if the human brain can do that and force you to hold back and tell you that that's your limit, knowing damn well it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like,
Out of all things, why is your brain only stopping you from biting your finger off?
that's true.
Out of all things. It's nothing else.
Well, why is it that your brain is the engine of your entire body, but your heart is arguably one of the most important organs in your body?
Your heart?
Yeah,
Yeah. I would say it's pretty important.
because you can be brain dead and still be alive, but heart dead and being alive isn't really a thing.
Yeah. But being heart dead.
Yeah, being heart dead, being brain dead.
But you can get like heart transplants and stuff.
Yeah, but like
I don't even know how they do that.
even with
Like how
With
how
heart-
do they stop
heart-
this?
with heart transplants, you still are on a time clock.
Yeah.
Like you can be on a, what do they call it? I don't know. It's some kind of machine that will imitate the actions of a heart. You can only be on that machine for so long.
Yeah.
Dialysis.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
knew what dialysis was.
I think that's what dialysis is.
I've always heard the word, but I've never.
Yeah. So dialysis is a machine. Correct me if I'm wrong, nurses of the community, or doctors of the community, whatever. Dialysis will pretty much circulate your blood and pump it as if it was your heart, but you can't be on it.
Do you know how to spell it?
No. Just speak to text. Dialysis. But I think it's a machine that will mimic the functions of a heart, but you can only be on it for a limited amount of time.
It says it's a clinical purification of blood by dialysis as a substitute for the normal function of the kidney.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Wait, I don't know.
Okay, so dialysis is for the kidney,
So
but
it's-
there's something for the heart.
It's the process of removing excess water, solutes, and toxins from the blood in people whose kidneys can no longer perform these functions naturally.
Okay.
So
yeah.
what the fuck
So
are
it's-
we even talking about?
So it's for so dialysis is for kidney transplants, but there is a machine that will mimic the ways of the heart to pump it through and everything, but you can only be on it for a certain amount of time because one, when your body is laying in one spot for too long, like like if I was to put, like, you know how when you sit a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and you sit on your foot falls asleep.
Yeah. Naturally. Yeah.
Well, you sit on your foot for just like 20, 30 minutes and it falls asleep. But when you're like laying, when you're
like when your
strict-
body isn't moving at
yeah,
all.
when you're not moving, you are 100% in that one state. It goes from that spot that you're applying pressure on, falling asleep, to no blood circulating there for days on end,
Yeah.
which causes that spot to start to decay and
Deteriorate,
die.
yeah. I actually think I heard that. I think I heard of a. Fuck, I can't remember where I heard this. I don't know if. Anyway, I just like a dude was like, I don't know, searching for something in his attic or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and like just I can't remember how, but it just ended up like passing out or something, and just the way he like was laying on his legs was too long, and no one found him for a long period of time. That like all the like nerves and shit in his legs just fucking, just got all fucked up, and they had to
Yeah.
amputate his legs off because there was no blood flow there. And
Yeah, that's why like people in hospitals or like people that are paralyzed and stuff, they still have to have nurses come and
massage
move them
everything.
around and
Yeah,
massage
that
them.
definitely makes sense.
That way that
I didn't even think about that.
yeah, so
That's
those
smart.
muscles feel like they're being like, you mimic the functions of muscles and tissue moving and opening up the getting the blood pumping through them and everything, so that way you're not just having your body die on you while you're still alive.
Yeah.
But when you're on a machine that mimics your heart, that machine is like very.
Is it a defibrillator? Is that what
No,
it is?
defibrillator is.
'Cause that's a word
volts.
that's popping in my head right now.
Defibrillators are.
That's
like
what-
the
yeah.
volts that like bring your heart back into
Yeah.
pumping.
Damn.
But
Thought I had it.
but that machine, like, you can't really move anybody off of it without disconnecting them. And if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
disconnecting them, you're killing the person.
Have you ever had surgery?
No, I've had my tonsils removed. That's about it.
Oh yeah,
Or my wisdom teeth.
I haven't had my tonsils removed, wisdom teeth, nothing at all like that.
What?
Yeah.
You've never had your tonsils removed,
Mm-mm.
bro?
Nothing. I don't know what you need to get them removed. I've only just wanted them to removed because you don't need them, and I really just wanted to have the chance to eat ice cream and not have to feel bad about it. But yeah, still got them.
See, tonsils will fuck you up as you get older.
Really?
Yeah, like my tonsils, when my tonsils got removed, I don't think I was having any issues with my tonsils, but my sister was.
Yeah.
So my mom had my sister's removed and mine removed at the same time, so she didn't have to deal with it later down the line.
Really? Yeah, I knew my cousin got hers removed, but other than that, I just thought it was a thing. Like, if you got them removed, you got them removed. If you don't, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what happens as you get older, though?
Your tonsils, they'll start to get more and more irritated and swell up and close up your airway.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might not be good.
Yeah. And depending on like how fast you get it dealt with, like if you just put it off to the side more and more and stuff, then it could cause like serious like vocal damage and shit.
Huh.
And actually, like, because when your tonsils start to swell up, as long as you get them removed, like, you won't have any swelling because it was just coming from your tonsils. But if you let it keep going, then the swelling will start to keep growing and fucking with everything else, and
Yeah.
then you'll have like more swelling throughout your entire throat and shit.
Yeah, I still have my tonsils, wisdom teeth. It's only like one wisdom tooth that bothers me like every fucking maybe a month, every other month or so,
Mm.
and it'll maybe ache for like a week, and then it'll be done.
It hasn't shifted your jaw or anything.
No, it's my left bottom back one,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it'll just bother me every now and then. It's peeking through the gums so I can feel it, like the actual tooth.
Oh, it's not even here yet.
Yeah,
It's not
like
even like through.
this one on the other side, my right side, I can. It's not peeking through at all, but you can feel it's like a tooth there,
Yeah.
like under the gums.
Yeah.
My top ones can't feel it at all. Like there's nothing there. So
See,
I don't know what's gonna go on with that.
Yeah, I got mine removed just because I just got my braces off, and my orthodontist didn't want my teeth to shift around and have to
Yeah.
wear braces again.
I know I've never had to wear braces at all.
Yeah.
I only went. The only time I remember ever going to the dentist, my first time, was 3rd grade, and it was only because the school was kind of providing it,
Yeah.
and because I was just one of those poor kids. So I went to the dentist at school, and then the next time I went to the dentist wasn't until freshman or sophomore year of high school. And then after that was when I was living by myself in Chicago, and I was finally like being more of an adult, and I was like, I need to go to the dentist and get my shit all figured out.
Yeah.
So it's just never really a thing I thought about growing up. Like I would always brush my teeth and like things like that, and then my dad was like, if you're brushing your teeth, then you don't need to go to the dentist. Taking care of yourself.
See, I didn't.
Which makes no sense, but
Yeah.
that's just the logic.
I didn't really
he had.
care to go to. Like I think the reason why I went to the dentist so often was just because I had braces,
Yeah.
and especially because my mom's like huge on just like get to your appointments and make sure you set your next one and
Yeah.
all that shit. But like as soon as I turned 18, like going to the dentist was the last thing on my mind. I was
Yeah,
like, all right,
sure,
well, how do
sure.
I not touch my savings for 2 months so I can save up?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I understand people who hated going to the dentist because the few times where I was going by myself because of the appointments I set up for myself, I hated it the entire time
Yeah.
because it can, like when they're cleaning or putting whatever. And
Yeah, they're always talking shit. I was
no,
throwing
my
little jabs.
fucking dentists were just having a conversation with each other, and I was just sitting there while they're fucking up my teeth,
See, and that's,
like
that's-
molesting my mouth.
Yeah, I feel
with
like
their
that's
hands.
worst. I think that's worse. Like, because I remember when I got my wisdom teeth done, I was doing my wisdom teeth. I was getting my wisdom teeth done. And there was these nurses in there, and it was right before Halloween, and they were talking about what outfits they were going to be wearing to the party.
Yeah.
And like I was like 15 at the time, laying there hearing these nurses talking about how one of them has a leather Catwoman outfit that she's going to be wearing and all this and that, and I'm having like they're putting like this mask over my face for me to fall asleep, but I'm still like kind of awake, and I'm looking at this nurse, and I was like, oh damn, she kind of hot. And like she starts talking about the leather Catwoman outfit, and I was just like, oh damn,
God.
that's really hot. And I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of hard, but I'm laying down.
No
Like she
way.
goes see, and so I was just laying there, and it's like, this is hella awkward for you guys to be talking about this while my hormonal ass is just laying here,
Just
not in control of
imagining
my body.
everything.
And yeah, like half asleep, and I think they thought I was asleep because the doctor came in and saw me and saw I was still like awake, and so like he did something to fucking speed it up because he was like,
Speed
"All
what
right,
up? The
speed up the fucking thing, the sleeping stuff."
yeah.
Because he came up, put this IV. Well, originally he's supposed to put it in my wrist, like on my forearm, I mean,
Yeah.
or yeah, my wrist. But he couldn't find a vein, and he told me to squeeze my arm, or squeeze my hand so it would pop it out more. And like I'm 70% asleep, so I think I'm doing this right.
Yeah.
I'm really just like
It's just closing your
I'm just
hand,
like
not
I'm
doing
just
shit.
closing my hand. I think I'm clenching this shit like I'm about to like swing on somebody.
Right.
When really I'm just like just checking my nails like and
That's like, have you ever given blood before?
no, I'm
No.
scared to do that. I don't like needles
I
like
am
that.
scared. Well, I'm
Gotta
not a
put me
big
to
needle
sleep.
guy, and I found that out when I was giving blood because that needle is thick as fuck, and just watching it go in my arm and having all this dark ass blood go through the tube and then to the bag and stuff, I passed out like maybe like 10 seconds into it.
Yeah.
And like they give you like these stress balls to fucking to squeeze in your hand, just basically just to push out the blood into the
Yeah.
bag, and that just made me feel like so queasy in my stomach.
Yeah, because like when you squeeze your arm, it flexes your muscles, and then you can feel the needle more.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't remember that part, to be honest. I just remember like thinking I'm just pushing all my blood out,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and I'm doing it on my own accord.
Yeah. See, like I took this blood test because they took a bunch of blood from me. They took 12 vials of blood from me. At like
12 vials of blood. What?
like
How much
12,
is a vial?
12 little like tubes of blood. I don't know if
Like
it's called vials, but yeah.
Yeah, like
took-
what, 2 inches
I
long?
don't know. I was like 15 at the time.
Because when you say a vial, I think of like a long ass.
They killed me.
like it sounds like a
drained
vampire
me.
type shit.
They drained me of my blood. Anyway, so I was taking these blood tests because they had to make sure I didn't have any diseases or anything that might have been hereditary.
Do you know your blood type?
Nah,
No.
fuck that. My blood is
Fuck that.
My blood is my blood is red. I got red blood type.
Yeah. Fuck that. What pussy's another blood type?
I'm hot blooded, nigga. That's all you need to worry about.
I think I am O positive, which is like the blood type that.
Yeah,
could
you
be.
would be an O positive. Nigga.
Yeah.
You always O so positive. But so they took.
Just trying to share some information about myself.
So I got a cat. Oh, this nigga would get a cat. Oh.
You would, yeah. Yo, what does it say about me? Like, oh, you would be O positive. Oh my god.
But no, they took these like tubes of my blood, and they took at least 12 of them. It might have been like, well, I know it was double digits, so it might have been 10, but I feel like it was 12. But me, I sat down. They started it. They fucking pricked my arm, and it hurt like a bitch. And I just like looked away. The
Yeah, I
entire
couldn't.
time.
Yeah, I could
I
not
just
look.
looked away, and meanwhile, every time they switch it out, my sister's in my ear like, you just over here, you such a baby. You won't
Oh
do.
my God.
I can't believe
How old
this.
were you?
Why are you acting? I was like 12,
Yeah.
13, maybe 14. And so she sits down, and they do it to her, and she's like, guess what? Look, Drew, I'm gonna watch it the entire time. One tube in. She passed out. They had to stop the test, escort her into a room for her to rest, lay down and give her crackers. And I was just over there like, yeah, bitch, like,
Dude.
I did it better than you did. I didn't even have to take a break.
Yeah, I definitely passed out the first time I gave blood, and it was also at the high school too.
I was at the high school.
Yeah, and then as soon as I passed out, like, have you ever passed out before?
No.
No, it's like a weird ass feeling. Like, you're just out. Don't even remember, like going out, and then you come back and just collecting. Your brain's like collecting all this information to like recuperate itself and shit.
Yeah.
And so I passed out, and I like was coming back, and I was thinking I was at like some sort of concert, and I just like fell down, and because I like saw all these people like standing over me and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's literally what it felt like.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, and then they just like
Coachella.
they took me to the table, and they just started feeding me like cookies and shit, so I
Yeah.
could get my sugar all.
See, the closest I've ever gotten
What was
to.
that?
Wait, what?
What'd you say?
Like to get my sugar all together, like,
What the fuck does that mean?
Diabetes.
Oh. I'm sorry.
He's like,
I didn't know that. I didn't know you.
This nigga will get diabetes.
you ever seen that meme where it's like, this nigga got diabetes?
No, the closest I've ever gotten to passing out, there was a moment where like I blacked out and don't remember like what happened during that time, but I didn't pass out. I was like awake. It was just a moment of like,
Oh, blackouts and like drinking and shit, or
no, I was in 4th grade. I was in gym class talking about, yo, man, this Henny is starting to hit.
yo, Brittany, she kind of hot.
Yo, man, I told you I was going to talk to Claire. I'm going to do it today. And then Ben was just like, no, you're not okay. Fuck you, Ben.
You need to pay me for fucking kickball.
But no, 4th grade, we were playing this game where 2 people were standing like in the middle of the gym room, and we had to run across past them and not get touched by them. And everybody that did touch them was added to the line of people that was in the middle. Well, we decided, since it was a good day outside, we'd go outside and do it.
Yeah.
So we were running. They selected the people that were standing in the middle. I wasn't one of them. So we ran, trying to go past, not get touched. The person in front of me tripped, fell. I tripped over him, fell, landed on his shoulder, nose first. And then the person behind me tripped, fell, landed knee first on the back of my head.
Oh.
So it just fucking crushed my nose to the point where I blacked out, woke up face first in grass, and I just pushed. I remember vividly. I pushed my hands. I put my hands on the ground, pushed up, and it was just like me looking at everybody staring at me, and it was just a delay because it was like turning on a water faucet, just blood gushing.
Oh my god.
And I saw like 2 people pass out
Really?
seeing it, and I was just like, help me.
Yeah. Did you get bloody noses a lot as a kid?
From after that situation, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
My nose still to this day is like hypersensitive.
Wow, just from that little.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because
Well,
I got
say little bit.
I have exposed cartilage on the inside of my nose.
Interesting.
So it's very touchy to where
I mean-
I could literally just
So-
like be laying in bed and shift in a certain way, and if the room is really dry,
Yeah.
like if I just like lightly press my nose even on a pillow, gush.
You ever gotten have you ever gotten into a fight and fucking, your nose just starts
yeah.
bleeding like right away?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Is that the first thing to go?
That's usually the first place that people try to punch me at. So
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where like I just handle it at this
Yeah.
point. Just
Yeah, my nose used to bleed like all the time as a kid. I have no idea why. It was just like a thing that just
Yeah.
happened. I remember one time I was at Riverside and I went off the high dive for like one of the first times ever. But I think I did like one of those pencil move things because I was so scared. And I went so deep into the water that like the pressure the pressure change of the water like fucked up my nose. So as soon as I got out, blood just started like going all the way down like my fucking wet chubby body because I was like 10 years old, like chubby as hell. And then people like
you don't need to put the thought of your wet chubby body in my brain.
sorry, I didn't
no,
mean
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But so yeah, as soon as I got, and I didn't like notice at first because I'm just I just got out of a pool and I'm like already fucking soaked and shit, so I'm not feeling all this blood just dripping down my
I
chest.
just think it's water.
Yeah, and then like as I'm walking back, people are just like, "Ooh, dude, what the fuck happened?" And, like thinking I got into a fight or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh no!" And I look down and it's completely red.
Oh man.
It was one of those ones where like I was like covering up with a towel, and as soon as I took off the towel, like a big fucking like
blood
clot
clot.
came out, and
Yeah.
it was like the size of a golf ball. It was so fucking huge.
I hate because like
but it's so orgasmic when it comes out. You're like,
Yeah.
there it
Yeah.
is.
Bro, I went to the ER when I got my nose broken that day. Went to the ER so that they could clog it because it just kept bleeding, and it wasn't every time it was attempting to clot, like the clot ended up just like coming out because like it would start to clot and then I would just sneeze,
Yeah.
and then the clot would come out and then
You'd sneeze the clot out?
oh yeah,
Oh, God.
or I would have to cough, and I would cough and the clot would come through.
Dude, yeah,
My mouth.
mine would always go to the back of my throat.
Yeah. And so to prevent that from happening, they took this thin gauze and put it all the way up in my fucking canal, nose, whatever. And I was so numbed up I couldn't even feel it. But the lady that was doing it, and it went all the way back. Like, I remember feeling it, but I didn't have any reaction to it because I was just so fucking in shock still.
Yeah.
She like stopped and she did it all the way and everything, and then like she just like looked at me. She's like, there's grown men that come in here and scream and cuss when I'm doing this to them, and you are a kid just sitting here. And she's like, that's how I know that you can't you're she didn't say you're fucked up, but
That's how I know you're fucked up, you little kid.
She just points her finger in my face like, you're fucked up. You're a fucked up
Needs
kid.
some fucking help, okay?
But yeah, like ever since 4th grade, my nose has been hypersensitive, and that's the one thing that sucks about fights. Is like somebody will like lightly tap me on the nose, and to people watching, it's like, yeah, he got you good that time. Like, no, he didn't,
dude. Fucking, I remember fighting like 5th, 6th grade or something like that. It was so annoying. People trying to talk, like, say I got fucked up, even though it was just my nose. That's it. I like nothing really happened. Just my.
It's like, yeah, man, he got you good. Like, no, he tapped my fucking cartilage in my nose, and that fucking 4th grader that landed on the back of my head fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like that. This guy, he caused a bruise on my face. That's it.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's in the nurse's office. I got ice on my face. Like, who's really fucked up?
Yeah, I got into fights a lot in school for no real reason. I was just a
I stopped.
angry little kid.
I stopped getting into fights once I hit high school. But middle school,
Yeah, I don't think I got-
me was a different person.
Yeah, same. I don't think I got in fights at all in high school. Well, I got to there was like one little like party boxing match I got into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost.
I remember my freshman year. I was grounded from my phone the entire year because of my grades. I got pulled into the office, and they're like, "We heard that you and Dylan Eckert are supposed to be meeting up somewhere after school and fighting. And just to let you know, we are aware of this and have notified the police, da 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 da."
Really?
And I was like, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is news to me. Like, I don't know nothing about this. Like, I
Wow.
don't. Yeah, I was like, I told him, I was like, I've been grounded from my phone for all year because of my grades. And you can even confirm that with my mom, that I have no way to contact anybody about fighting them after school. And who, like, I was like, well, I didn't say it, but in my head I was just like, why would I go to social media to make it a fucking like Facebook event to go and beat some nigga's ass? Like,
that's what people do nowadays, though. It happens so
But, like,
often. I would not put
my
it past
freshman-
anybody.
But like freshman year, like that wasn't a thing. Like Facebook wasn't used.
Freshman year.
My freshman.
How much
year,
older are they? You're only a year older than me.
Yeah, so this was 2012, or yeah, 2012.
Yeah, your freshman year, so I've been like 8th grade.
2012, like Facebook wasn't used for what everything. Like, it wasn't used for like, what are you doing right now, or what
I
are you
don't know.
doing later? Like, Facebook back then was more used just for the messaging. It wasn't mainly like it was for selfies.
I posted
It was-
a lot of stupid,
Yeah.
fucking one-line shit that I thought it was
Yeah,
funny. Or something like that.
2012 Facebook was about posting selfies and having a good quote, and then tagging who you're hanging out with at the moment or this weekend. That was it. Other than that, like, you didn't post about, oh, I'm going to.
I don't know. I want to say like there's a lot of like fucking things going on. At least with my cousins or something, like with comment sections and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, family comment sections and stuff like that. Like Facebook
Like,
has
I feel
always
like,
been on
I don't know.
that.
I feel like there's always been drama on Facebook, and I feel like it's always gonna be like that.
I don't know, but like back in 2012, like making it a public event about going in about to get into a fight wasn't a thing. And like the most awkward thing about it was like they had me sit in the office, explain to me about what happened. I had them call my mom and her confirm that I have not had my phone. And what was going on, I found out later down the line, somebody was saying that there was going to be a fight, but wasn't going to tell me, so I didn't show up, so I looked like a bitch the next day.
Wow, setting you up like that.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, well, I mean, just go ahead and squash this right now. So they pulled Dylan in there. I forget what exactly. I think they made us apologize to each other. Yeah, it was just
my God.
weird. And it was like
that.
they made us apologize to each other when like we didn't even do anything yet. We definitely didn't like each other. And I mean, he's not a pen pal of mine now, but like we didn't like each other at the time, but it wasn't, at least me personally, I wasn't like, yeah, I'm gonna go and beat this nigga up. It was just like, I don't like him, he doesn't like me, we're just gonna go our separate ways. But they were like, all right, we need you guys to sit down and clear this up. We need you guys, before you guys go back to class, Drew, listen, Drew.
True.
Please, please.
Are you with me?
Stop watching the squirrels. Drew, we need you to apologize to Mr. Eckert. And Mr. Eckert, we need you to apologize to Mr. Jackson. And that way, everything will be better. And then we can trust you guys to go back to class. And we will also trust you that this fight will not occur. And I was just like, you really think, like, apologizing in high school is really going to help us? Like, mentally, like, apologizing to anybody.
Did you want to fight him then?
No, I didn't want to fight him at all.
Well, like hearing that you got like basically like set up basically to look like a bitch, I feel like I'd want to fight. I don't know.
Well,
like
in high school was different than like middle school, because in high school, when I got to high school, I didn't really want to be that person anymore.
Yeah.
That was just like jumping towards fighting and shit. And
yeah, that makes sense.
like I was more of the person that would take shit that people were throwing at me, but stick up for people that I knew wasn't going to stick up for themselves.
Yeah.
So that's mainly what I
Sticking
would
up
do.
for the little guy kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's mainly what I would do, but I didn't necessarily like to get into fights once I got to high school, because I don't know. It was just like something clicked in my head.
I just never got into like any sort of confrontation to where I wouldn't have to fight anybody. I don't think.
There's many
It
instances.
just never really happened for me.
Yeah. There's many instances where it could have happened, but I learned in high school that it's better to be diplomatic about situations.
Yeah,
and if
of
it
course.
does get to that point, don't be the person that makes it get there, because when you're going to say your piece about it, you're less likely to be seen as somebody talking about the truth than somebody that was trying to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
Because in middle school, I remember very vividly, this chick I was talking to at the time said that this dude that she used to date was putting bruises on her when they were together.
Really?
And so I left my classroom and I went to where he was at his locker, and I just started whooping his ass. Didn't explain it to him or nothing. I just went and started whooping his ass. And then got pulled into the office, and I explained it to him of why I did it. And they were just like, oh, well, this doesn't sound real to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, you just walked up to him and started beating him up.
Like even with those kind of stories, they came and like be like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, he deserves his ass kicked.
Yeah, yeah. So
they kind of just, you have to get in trouble either way.
But it was situations like that where like I would hear, oh, someone said this about me, all right, I'm gonna go whoop his ass, and I'll be
Mhm.
back for math class to figure out how this polygon should be measured. But like, I would leave class, go and fight somebody, go to the office, get it settled, then go to class. Unless I got in major trouble, then I would just be suspended. And then I got to high school, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I really don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to, like, just jump the gun on shit, because a lot of the shit that I went and fought people on ended up to be not true. Like that chick that told me that dude beat her up, he didn't really beat her up. She said that to me to see what I would do if anybody did put hands on her.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So,
Always playing games.
yeah, I was so pissed. And like, situations like that is why, like, high school, I definitely became more diplomatic, and it's definitely like carried on into like my adult life.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, what was it? This weekend, actually, Saturday, I went to this party, and shit got way out of hand, like to the point where the hosts were just like completely fucked up. The one host punched his own window, punched 2 holes in his door, and pissed on his floor. The other host grabbed his keys and drove off, and I just had to quickly sober up and try and get everybody to calm down.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
When was this?
When was this? This Saturday.
Really?
Yeah. And meanwhile, dude that punched his window in, I'm trying to calm him down, get him off the phone with this chick that he likes that is just playing him. I'm trying to get him off the phone, and he comes up, tries to flex at me, and in my head, I'm like, I could beat your fucking ass. But I'm just like, yo, sit down.
I'm always
Sit
like,
down.
just give me a reason, please.
I don't know. It's just like something in my head, it just clicks, and I'm just like, all right, like,
I don't know.
just sit down, man.
I have not been in a confrontation like that in such a long time. I don't know. I don't even know how I'd react.
I miss snapping, but I also know if I do it.
I want it to happen just so I can see if I would snap or not. Because I've also, I don't know if anybody knows, but I've trained a lot in both boxing and jiu-jitsu. That I want something to happen just so I can kind of see how well
so
it
you
works
can
in
test
real
the
life.
moves. So you're like, yo,
Like, I just want to shut things down like right away just to be that badass. Yeah, slap his knees.
It's like, oh, he knows some shit. Like, see, I want to learn like more like fighting techniques. That way, like,
Dude, jiu-jitsu
That-
is the best.
that way, like, when I get into my next fight, I can act like I don't know shit
Yeah. Well,
until like I just feel like, all right, start to fucking stretch my
Like, it's
legs,
not-
and it's
it's
like,
not-
oh, this nigga stretching his legs.
It's not the best.
Fucking hitting with the shadow clone jutsu. Like, this nigga, I swear, 4 people just hit me.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be like the most noble philosophy to like learn some sort of martial art and then just want to go out and fucking fight.
Yeah,
But it's also like I just want to at least see if it works. Like, I know it should work. Like, you know what I'm talking about. I just want like
you just want to
at least use it in a real life situation instead of
Yeah, you want to see
rolling
it
around.
outside of practice.
Yeah, like put in a real life situation to where my adrenaline's running and I can like see how well these moves I've learned will, how well they'll activate and and that sort of.
See, like, when I get like super rich, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn martial arts and then pay my sensei.
No, you gotta do it like right now.
No,
'Cause
listen. This is why it's gonna have to cost me money,
All right.
because I'm gonna pay him for classes, but also pay him for out of class. I'm going to pay him to be disguised as like a burglar or a murderer or whatever, to where like I'm just going about my day.
Yeah.
Typical Wednesday, about to get a coffee. Boom, dude comes, he's about to jump me, and I have to use my practice from jiu-jitsu and whoop his ass. And it ends up being my instructor. Like, I'm gonna pay him to put those scenarios in me so that it doesn't. So I don't know it's staged.
So he you just want him to come out of nowhere and kind of like test you and stuff. And like,
Yeah.
oh, you passed. Good
Yeah,
one. Yes.
Bro, you're gonna be getting some booty one day. You're gonna hear crash. You're gonna be like, oh, I forgot I paid.
I'll just be over here like, crash. All right, I'll be back.
Now you gotta go fight your instructor.
Sensei Migagato just kick my lamp over and try to find me with
No,
the
but
knife.
I sincerely highly recommend at least trying some sort of martial art. Jiu-jitsu is the more of a lot of self-defense classes use like use moves from jiu-jitsu and like things like judo and stuff. And,
Yeah.
and me personally is a goal of mine. Hopefully I'll stay motivated. But it's a goal of mine to like eventually get up to like some sort of black belt and stuff because I think that'd be so cool to like at least accomplish like something like that.
I did karate when I was younger, but I got to yellow and I was just like, ah. But then like my older brother is black belt in karate, and then like he's
Oh, really?
Yeah. I forget, he took something else too. Like I see his trophies and all the fucking competitions he won, and I'm just like, damn, I shouldn't have gave up. But it's like, but now he can teach me for free, like a whoop my ass session, so I learn the next time. but yeah.
What time are we at?
We're probably about like 2 hours.
Oh, really?
2 hours, Mike Wazowski. Yeah, I mean, we might as well cut it because we got 4 people.
I mean, yeah,
up
we've
in
been talking for a while, and I feel like we got a lot going on.
here. Yeah, we went from talking about conspiracies and shit to animals and their natural habitats,
Virtual reality, and all that stuff.
Yeah, kangaroos and how they got nipples inside of their pockets.
Yeah, yeah. Fighting an instructor with a hard dick, of course.
Yeah,
So we.
yeah. Let's forget about. We'll cut that. We'll cut that like the address.
No, yeah, you have to cut your address. You have to cut the beginning parts where we're cutting out and shit and all the white noise.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But did I even introduce myself?
Yeah, you did. You definitely did. Hey, by the way, this is DJ, joined by
Chase Owen-Cooper, also known as just Chase Owen-Cooper. I don't even want to.
You started that off with like so much passion.
Never mind. Just Chase Owen-Cooper. I act and shit. Check me out on Instagram.
What's your at?
Chase_R_Owen-Cooper.
All right,
Follow
and
me,
that's
Instagram.
Chase with the S or C.
Wait, what? Like, it's both. C and an S.
Is Instagram the only place that you are active, or?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, you don't want to put your snap out.
No, because I'm never on there. I only
All
snap.
right, all
Yes. Trey J and bitches, and that's about it.
All right. Well, it was good talking to you.
Good talking to you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And we out.